Today, I'm going to present about my best ever holiday. Actually, I do not like traveling at all because I have a terrible car sick, but I do have a lovely and wonderful memory of traveling with my friends, family, and also the co-workers. But the holiday that I'm going to present today is a little bit different, but it is still my best ever holiday, and let's find out what it is. There were 7 people altogether on the trip, and what made the trip different was all of them were my cousins. I have never traveled with my cousin before, and that was the very first time, and that was an unexpected trip. At first we were just visiting to my cousin's sister house who was pregnant and nearly had a baby. After having a long conversation and chit chat, we planned to go back home, but she suggested going somewhere because it was a very good opportunity to go somewhere. All the cousins were together. And so immediately we decided to go somewhere. It was last year in April during the Danger Festival. So this is an unexpected trip. Another unique thing of the trip for me was I hadn't got enough any money on the along the trip. Uh, as I have mentioned earlier, it was just a visiting to my cousin house, so I didn't bring any money. But suddenly we decided to go somewhere. That's why I had to borrow some money from my cousin, and this was the very first trip that I had ever traveled without money. Okay, so let's see, where did we go? So there are mountains and there are waters, and you can ride a boat there. And it was located in South Lancashire State. So I think you can guess where the place that we went. Yeah, we went to Inlay, and yeah. So the best thing to do in Inlay was ride a boat and float wherever the guide took you. And we also visited to many places like the monastery and pagodas. But in the pagodas, it was a little bit crowded because it was the public holiday, so I didn't feel very satisfied and happy at the pagoda, because of the crowded situation. And so, but another interesting place that we went was the place that we can see the uh, lotus waving. This is very interesting. This is an Asian technique which was nearly faded away, but you can still observe in Inlay. I think this is the only place that you can see the lotus waving in Burma. This little girl who was doing the lotus waving explained the steps in detail of the process, which was really interesting. I even took the picture in that building, not in front of the girl. So yes, it was really fun and interesting, and it was very knowledgeable to visit like those kind of places. So after visiting to Inlay, another place we went was Bindia. Yes. So every time you had the word pinya, you might see and imagine a giant spider in front of the pagoda. Yes, it is true. It is pinya. And I even took the picture in front of the spider, but I didn't upload that photo in this presentation because it was not beautiful as I have expected. Because there were too many people who were taking photo in front of the spider, and we had to wait a long time to get one photo. Even I got one photo, I didn't like it at all because it was not beautiful actually. Anyway, it was fun and interesting, and the landscape was amazing, and the sightseeing was beautiful, and it was satisfied a visit around Bindia. Okay, so after visiting to Bindia, we went back home. So the best thing I liked about the trip was I didn't feel car sick at all. I didn't feel exhausted and I didn't feel tired on this 2 days trip. And another thing I like about the trip was there was the very first trip that I have ever traveled with my cousins. So uh, these are the reasons these are the reason that it become my best ever holiday. So thank you for listening my presentation. That's all.